Lazy people of God, on a day. I greet you all in the name of God and I bring you good tidings. Please join and share. Share and join, please. Share and join this live. As now they join, we have a lot to talk about this Daddy Freeze, Benedita Elechi, and our beautiful Queen May. How this affects our beautiful Queen May. That is the main reason why I'm interested in this. Otherwise, I for not the interested to not just Daddy Freeze case because it no support our Queen May. First, I want to put, it's not even a disclaimer, Daddy Freeze, because I'm going to tag you. I don't know why I didn't tag you from the beginning of this my live video. You owe Queen May an apology for the fact that I'm coming live to say what I'm going to say. I'm not saying it because I want to defend you or I want to be on your side. I'm saying it because it is the right thing to do and it is the right thing to say because I always stand by the truth. That is why I'm saying what I'm about to say. And the fact still remains that what you did with Sarah Martins, bringing Sarah Martins to your platform that you know that reaches everybody worldwide, not just the people in Nigeria, not just the people in Africa, but worldwide. Your platform reaches people in Europe. Your platform reaches people in America, both North and South America. Your platform reaches Asia. Your platform gets to the Middle East. But you chose to bring a woman to your platform to disrespect another woman when you knew that your wife was going through the same thing. This is where I drew the line with you, Daddy Freeze. Yes. And I could say that I was your staunch follower, but I stopped following you because of that singular act that you did. So I will tell you, and I will say this again, you owe Queen May an apology. Yes, sir, you do. Mama, I will say, I senior Daddy Freeze, you owe Queen May apology. My people, join. Let me go. I'll be right back. Please join, share as you are joining me. Please share. Share because this is very important. I will talk about this and how it's going to affect our beautiful Queen May and how it affects every woman, not just me alone. How it affects every woman. Benedita went through it and she's still going through it. Queen May is about to start going through it. So we need to speak out for our fellow women. This is not, I'm not being feminine or being a feminist. No. If I see anything where concern man, that concerns a man, and that I know that I need to stand by the man that is right, I will stand by that man. Like yesterday, just yesterday was it yesterday for yesterday, when we had a shootout in Pennsylvania regarding our former president, I was totally against it. You have no right. You have no right as a human being to want to take the life of another human being. No, I disregard and I'm not part of anyone that wants to take the life of another one. So that guy has no right to want to take the life of former president Donald J. Trump. So on this case regarding Daddy Freeze, Benedita Elechi, and Queen May, that is the reason why I'm making this live video. And I'm saying to you, Daddy Freeze, you owe Queen May an apology. Hi everyone. Hi Bridget. Hi Jim Boy, Madsen. Hi, how you all doing? Thank you for joining my live. Thank you. Please share as you're joining. This has to do with a family court system in Africa, in Nigeria. For those of you that might not be familiar, my name is Patience, and this is Patience Vlogs. I'm broadcasting from the US. Please, as you're joining me, let me know where you are joining me from. If you're joining me from Africa, you're joining me from the US, you're joining me from Europe, let me know exactly where you are joining me from, because this is important topic that affects us, it doesn't matter whether you are the man or you are the woman, but mostly it affects the woman the woman gender in Africa, especially in Nigeria. That is the topic that I'm talking about. Please join, because divorce is so prolonged in Nigeria as it affects the female gender that the man can go ahead and do whatever he wants to do, but the woman cannot. When the woman fights for divorce, and she decides to say, okay, I fight for divorce and decide to date, they tag her as being an adulterous woman. That is what I am talking about. I'm not a therapist. Hi, how you all doing? Please join. Join and share. As you're joining me, please like my video and share. And let me know where you are calling from. Where you are watching me from. Please join, put your country, a flag, or you can just type it out and tell me where you are watching me from. Please join. I'll be right back. Join. I'm not going anywhere. I'm right here. Join and share. Please join and share. I'm back. Join and share. My name is Patience once again, and I'm live from the US. And please let me know what country you are watching me from. Is that Jamaica? Yay! Hi, thank you for joining. Is that Jamaica flag? Sylvia, I'm sorry, Sylvia. Is that Jamaica? Thank you for joining me. Please share my videos. Thank you for joining me. I'm sure a lot of you all know. I know a lot of people watch DADDYFREEZE. DADDYFREEZE is from Nigeria. Is been in the entertainment industry for a long time, and also a lot of you know about the Queen May Adochi. We call her Queen May. Oh, from Germany. Thank you so much for joining. About Queen May. Queen May is a lady in Nigeria, to be precise, that was married to this celebrity guy called Yuledochi. Unfortunately, this guy got his colleague pregnant and decided he wanted to go into a polygamy without informing his wife. But note that the wife is married. They both got married in court. Statutory, they got married in court. They got married in church, Catholic church, and they also got married traditionally. So in all senses, he had no right. Legally, he had no right to be married to another woman without first divorcing his wife. Secondly, getting the consent from his wife to say, okay, I'm tired of this marriage. I want out. I want to be married to my colleague, which is his colleague that he got pregnant, that he had children by. But that is not what I want to talk about. I'm just going to kind of digress into that situation that happened between our Queen May. We call her Queen May. Her name is May Edochie, Mary Edochie. This guy, DADDYFREEZE, and Benedita, both in Nigeria, they got married, and thank you. They got married, and Benedita was married before, and she decided to file for divorce. A divorce case has been in the court for 12 years. 12 years, my people. 12 whole years. And the judiciary system, they just gave DADDYFREEZE a bill of 5 million to pay to Benedita's ex-husband for committing adultery. Oh my goodness. Well, anyway, Benedita Elichi came out and informed us everything she went through in that marriage. Firstly, she said that she was married to a Gabriel. I'm not against the GBL, whatever LT community. No, I'm not against them. Your sexual orientation is your own sole priority and decision. Whatever you do, I'm not against you. I'm never going to be against you, whatever your sexual orientation is. But do not drag somebody else into that, your sexual orientation, that they do not understand, that they do not know, that they do not belong to. And you bring them into that vacuum, and you just leave them there. That was exactly what Benedita ex-husband did. He married her, brought her home, brought her into that vacuum, and just dumped her in that marriage. Let me tell you what she said. She said she was married, she was in that relationship for 10 years. 10 whole years. But they only had sexual intercourse 11 times. That means she had one time a year. Yes, she carried word one time a year. Maybe another year she carried word twice. For her to have that intimacy 11 times in 10 years, that means it was once a year. And she made us to understand that the only time the man comes to her is when he feels that there's a need for them to have children. There's nothing wrong with your sexual orientation. Like I say, it is between you and God. It has nothing to do with me. I cannot judge you. It is not what I believe in. I don't believe in that. But if it is what you believe in, that's fine with you. And I'm not going to come and condemn you for what you believe in. But what I will condemn you for is for you not to bring in a human being like you that does not understand, that does not practice your sexual orientation into what you practice. Because you're selfish, because you're wicked, because you want to make people believe that you're married. You're hiding your identity. You are hiding that identity that you are. Then you want to bring another human being, a complete adult, a full-grown adult, into that vacuum, into that, for that adult to suffer for your own pleasure. Because the society will not see you as a married man, but you continue to have pleasure with your mates, with your partner, while your wife or your husband suffers. This my video, it's not just for the men. It applies to the women as well. Those women, you know that your sexual orientation is not, it does not favor the men, and you want to get married to that man and continue your lifestyle, and you make the man suffer. This also applies to you. It is a no-no for me. Do not do that, because you are bringing somebody into your life, into your home to torture. Their mental health will be messed up. Everything about them. They will not understand the reason why you are doing what you are doing to them, because you are not telling them. Do you understand what I'm saying? Benedicta, according to Benedicta, she was in this marriage for 10 years, but she only had sexual intercourse 11 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 times in 10 years. And this man still had the audacity. After she filed for divorce. She filed for divorce a couple of years later. She met a man. After 4 children. She met a man that decided to say, okay, I'm going to love you for who you are. I'm going to take you in and accept you. For the fact that both of them were divorcee, then I'm going to accept you for who you are. Then this same man went back to the court, already corrupt court system, to say that the woman was committing adultery, and the man that eventually married the woman was committed adultery. But thank God for my learned friends. Thank God for the learned lawyers, family lawyers that know how these things works. They have come out to explain to us. They have come out to say, oh yeah, hey, Susan, is that your name? I'm talking about something that is going on in Africa. It's in Nigeria, and this affects celebrities. That's the reason why I'm talking about it. It affects celebrities. And where are you watching me from in the first place? I'm broadcasting. I'm live from the US, Maryland to be precise. What city, country are you watching me from? Are you watching me from the US, or are you watching me from the continent of Africa, or the continent of Asia, Middle East, Europe? Oh, Memphis, Tennessee. Oh, thank you. Thank you for joining me. Yeah. So I'm talking about something that is happening in Africa, and this thing involves our celebrities back there in Africa. And this guy, his mom actually is mixed. His mom is from Romania and his dad is from Nigeria. He's actually mixed. And his mom is very learned. She's a lawyer, and she works in one of the universities over there. His name is Daddy Freeze. When you look him up, he actually married a divorcee, and now he's been tagged an adulterous man. That is where I come in. I'm like, no, it's not an adulterous man. You don't tag him an adulterous man because he's married to a divorcee, right? Um, this woman that she's married to was once married to a man. Like I said, I'm not against your sexual orientation. She was married to this man that actually was Gabriel, right? And this man, unknown to her that her husband was Gabriel, she was with this man for 10 years, 10 good years. This man uh, only had sex with her 11 times in 10 years. Yes, 11 times in 10 years. Before she decided she was going to file for divorce, let me tell you what she did. She caught him. She said she walked into the living room, middle of the night, everybody was asleep, and she found her husband with another man having sexual intercourse in the living room. And she have children living in that house. She said that was when it was like, this is it. This is it for me. I am going to file for divorce. This is the end of this marriage. And she also said, her name is Benedita Alici. She is a chef. She has a school, and this is high profile divorce. That's why we're talking about it. It is a high profile divorce. And she has a school. She's a chef. She said this was it. And she decided to file for divorce. But because she filed for divorce, the man now decided, after manipulating the justice system, went back and tagged the man that she later met down the road a couple of years later as an adulterous man. That is where I said no. No. And for the fact that lawyers are coming up to talk, to also, this is a conversation now that people are having. People are having this conversation and they're saying, no, this is not it. This woman filed for divorce. She was not with this man at the time. Do you know what? Let me tell you something before I forget it. She was told to have boyfriends in the marriage. Her husband, her ex-husband at the time, actually encouraged her to have boyfriends in the marriage because it was gay. I'm not, like I said, I'm not against any man or woman that is your sexual orientation is different from mine. No, I'm not against, but do not bring it to me because I'm not what you practice, right? I am different. What I practice is different from yours. We could just be, okay, I know you, you know me, let's leave it at that. Do not bring yours into me and not informing me, then marrying me, and I'm living in your house, then getting tortured in that marriage. No, because I've had stories. I've had stories of men and women. This applies to both men and women. These women, they know that they don't like men. Not that they, you know what I mean? They don't like men sexually. They like women, but they choose to marry and torture the man. Same thing applies to the men. You know you don't like women, but you get married and torture the woman. It's a no-no for me. It is a no-no for me. I do not encourage it. If you know your sexual orientation is different, face that sexual orientation. Because in Africa, it is a stigma. And because this particular man that Benedita was married to, is a well-to-do guy. He's rich. He works in one of these oil companies. So he was trying to shield himself. He was trying to cover up by bringing in a woman, marrying a woman, so that woman could cover him. That woman could, like, because of the culture, it's cultural difference over here between the African and American. The cultural difference is, oh, what will people say if they know that I'm gay? Right? So he decided to marry this woman and torture the woman. That is where we are saying, no, you don't do that. You have a different sexual orientation. Maintain that. Face that. Be proud of who you are. Do not bring another man's child, another woman's child into your cocoon, into your world, and make them suffer. Thank you. That is very sick. That is sick. That you're going to give that person, whether it is a man or a woman, mental health illness, mental health disorder. So this woman called Benedetta found a man that actually loved her for who she is. This man did not judge her. His name is DADDYFREEZE. His name is Fedayo. But you can check him out on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube. His name is DADDYFREEZE. He's a well-known, he's a broadcaster. He was into broadcasting in Nigeria, in Africa. His mom is from Romania, he's from Europe, but his dad is from Africa, from Nigeria, right? Saw this beautiful young girl, very industrious, resilient young woman, and decided to marry her. I don't care whether you have 10 children, but I love who you are. I love your personality. Just because he married this woman, he's being called an adulterous man. That is what the law says over there. According to them, that's what their constitutions say. And we are saying no to that constitution. We are saying no to that part, that section of the family law that says when a woman leaves a man and she decides to get married before the divorce goes through. Let me shock you all once more. Do you know that over there you can wait 10, 12 years? Because this issue is been like 12 years ago. Yes, you heard me right. 12 years. They are still in this case. 12 years. And they are calling him an adulterous man. She left him over 12 years ago and decided to move ahead with her life and her children. She found somebody that loved her for who she is. And they are calling the man that chose to be with that woman an adulterous man. Because that's what their family law says. And those of us are saying, no, it shouldn't be. Because the very first day that that woman decided to say, okay, I'm done with this marriage. I caught you red-handed with another man. Exactly. I caught you with another man. This man I caught you with, man to man. That is not my sexual orientation. My sexual orientation and your sexual orientation is totally different. Why don't you just face your sexual orientation while I go ahead and move on with the one that I know that I belong? Couple of years later, down the road, I meet somebody that loves me for who I am. Now you are calling that person an adulterous man, and you are calling the woman an adulterous woman. And we are saying no to that section of the law. We are saying no, not just because we are women supporting women. We are also women that will support the men when we see that the justice does not favor the men, or the justice is against the men. That is a crazy decade law that they still practice in Nigeria to date. So, my people, the only problem I have with DADDYFREEZE is that, my dear, there's another issue that is going on called May Edochie. Her husband is a celebrity. He's one of the celebrities in Nigeria. His name is Yul Edochie. For those of you that don't know him, his name is Yul Edochie. And he is now trying to do the same thing with his wife that fight for divorce. And we are saying, no, you are not going to keep this woman for another 12 years because you just did keep Benedetta. Benedetta was in her late 20s when she filed for divorce. You can imagine, what if she didn't have kids at the time? You keep her for 12 years. She would have been 40 something now, 42, 43 years. She will be entering into menopause, right? And the chances of her having children will be so slim. And the justice system in Nigeria is saying that because she met somebody down the lane, down the road, and the person loved her for who she is, and you are calling her an adulterous woman? No, we do not want the same thing that happened to Benedetta to happen to Mary Edochie. That is why I'm making this video. We don't want the same thing that happened to Benedetta to happen to Mary. We call her Queen May. That's how she's all known. She's on Instagram. You can look her up. She's all of May Yuledoche. We do not want that. These are young women. I'm older than them. Yes, I'm older than these women that I'm talking about. But we need to speak up for them because of our daughters that are coming up. Our daughters are growing up. They will be in that same society. And these men or these laws will suppress, we intimidate our daughters to be in a relationship with a man that do not have the same sexual orientation with them. That is what they choose to practice over there. Not everybody, but a very tiny, less than 1%. And they want to hold this men down because of their, what do you call it now? Because of their, you know, people, they don't want people to see them. Oh, he is rich, he's wealthy. They don't want their people to see them as somebody that don't like women. Oh, he's married. You know, he's married, but actually he's not married. Practice what you are. The world is civilized now. Practice who you are. The only problem I have with Daddy Freeze, and I'm going to say it, and I said it from the beginning of this video, he needs to come out and apologize to Queen May. Apologize to the Queen May nation. Because the reason why I'm saying that is that you brought in Sarah Mattis. Sarah Mattis already apologized. You brought Sarah Mattis to your platform to disrespect Queen May, to insult Queen May, to say all manner of things that were not true. But thank God she already apologized. But we also need you, Daddy Freeze, to apologize to Queen May Yuledoche. Because the same thing that woman is going through is what you are being accused of right now. So this video I'm making, I'm not actually making it to defend you, but unfortunately, it also affects you as a man. So in the actual sense, or ironically, I'm defending you. I'm defending you. Ironically, I'm defending you. But you need to apologize because you chose to be on the negative side of this divorce issue between May Edochie and Yuledoche. That is the reason why I'm making this video. Because you, Ifedayo, Daddy Freeze, you knew at the time that your wife, your current wife, was going through exactly what May Edochie was going through. It might not be the same scenario, but she was going through the same thing. Her husband was, you know, got somebody else's pregnant. I was forcing polygamy on a woman that did not want to practice polygamy. But you brought somebody to your show, to your platform that is so broad, that is known worldwide, to insult Queen May. You owe May Yuledoche an apology. And the reason, another thing I'm going to say to you, Daddy Freeze, is that your mother is a lawyer. She's well learned. She actually heads the department a law department in an entire university. Your sister is also a lawyer. Why didn't you, from the beginning, help test board your wife? Why didn't you? Why did you choose to wait until you were being tagged as an adulterous man? You never told us the truth until we found out the truth. Maybe you were scared that if you had told us the truth, we might think that you were trying to make us believe in what you say. Which actually the lawyers that are digging deep into this whole situation, into this whole matter, are beginning to tell us that actually you are not guilty. I knew you said you were not guilty, but they are telling us that you are not guilty. And this section of law in the Nigeria judiciary system has to be stopped. It has to be amended. It has to be, I mean, how could you, that section, make women wait for 5, 6, 7, 10, 12 years, but the men can marry? The men can have babies. The men can have, they can have as many women they want to have. But the women are not allowed to. Is that not a double standard? What kind of law is that? That law is fundamentally unconstitutional, according to what the lawyers are saying. I'm not a lawyer. That's what the lawyers are calling that section of the law, that it is fundamentally unconstitutional. So, my people, you see, this is the reason why some of us are not happy with the way some women or a lot of women have been treated over there. I mean, if it is not DV, I call it DV, that's domestic violence. If it's not DV, it's not this kinds of forcing women into remaining in a polygamous home that they actually don't want to be in, but because they are handicapped, a lot of them don't work. They depend on their husbands for feeding. They depend on their husband to pay their bills. Their husband provide everything for them. So they remain in such marriages. They agree, not willingly, to practice such polygamy that they didn't bargain for. So you see, that is why a lot of us are speaking up for the voiceless, for those women that do not have voice. So if some of us didn't start, this May Yuledo chain issue started like 2 years, almost 3 years. In May or April of next year, it's going to be 3 years. If we didn't stand up for her, if we did not stand up, a lot of us used other platforms to comment, to send our views through comments, our posts. Those of us that are vloggers, we air our voices by speaking out or speaking up for such women. And the bloggers, some of those that are bloggers, they spoke up they use their blogs to write and speak for such women that didn't have voices. Or even when they have voices, their voices were not heard because of the society that they found themselves in. So DADDYFREEZE's mother is a lawyer. She's still alive. She's from Romania. The sister is a lawyer. She's between London and Nigeria, Lagos. Why didn't you all help fight and get justice for Benedicta Elechi? That's my question. How can a woman be married for 10 years and the only time she was intimate with her husband was 11 times? And you call that a marriage? The man was even lucky that it's not some women. It's not some women that would choose to go out and have affairs with other men. Even when she was introduced, even when she was told, she was mandated that it is okay for her to have a relationship, for her to go have a boyfriend, go have intimacy outside, go out, enjoy yourself, because your husband sexual orientation is different from yours. And she said, no, I cannot live in a marriage like that. I choose to move ahead. She filed for divorce, especially when she caught him. How do you know how many times that man had brought men into that home without her knowing? Do you know how many times that man brought men into a matrimonial home? Because according to Benedicta Elichi, they had 2 separate bedrooms. She could never go to his room except she was asked to come in. What kind of a marriage is that? She was not allowed to go into her husband's bedroom. Yes, that was exactly what she said. She was not allowed to go into her husband's bedroom, only when she told. And she was only in that husband's bedroom 11 times in 10 years. And you call that a marriage? No, it's not a marriage. The man would have just lived his peace. He would have just lived his truth and let the woman go. But right now, since he's dragging it, we're going to help him to bring this whole thing to life. We're going to help him to broadcast this whole truth, because we have our queen, we have our Mary in the waiting. We don't want her own case to linger on for 12 years. It's been 2.5 years. And we are saying no to the justice system. She filed for divorce. She's been separated, going on 3 years. That divorce should be approved. This same man that she separated from, the man is dancing on social media. He said he's married. It's not even said. He is so glad to show this woman that is married to. He doesn't hide her. He shows her on social media, on Instagram, on Facebook, on YouTube, on Twitter, on TikTok. And now he has 2 children by this same woman. But the women cannot date. The women are mandated to sit and stay there and wait. If it takes the judiciary system, the court system, for 10 years or 12 years or 20 years for them to approve a divorce just because she filed for divorce. If it takes them 20 years, that is when they will grant the divorce. My people, please share this video, especially if you're in the continent of Africa. It doesn't matter whether you're in the continent of North, South America. Share this video. We need to give this video visibility so that people will know exactly what is happening in Nigeria. People will know exactly what women go through in Nigeria when they file for divorce. When they file for divorce, they have to be tortured again, punished for another 10 years, 5 to 10, 12 years. Benedicta, it's been 12 years. She's now she's in Supreme Court. And we are saying, no, thank you. Please share it. We are saying no, because this is punishment to women. The men can move on. They can go ahead and marry. I'm not against them getting married. I'm not against the men moving on. Yeah, it's let them move on. As long as you all are separated, you are divorced, it's in the court, the bride price is returned. Everybody should be allowed the same right. The man can move on. Since the man is able to move on, allow the woman to move on. Do not suppress them. Do not tell the woman she cannot, because she also have her own sexual needs to satisfy. Do not tag her as an adulterous woman because she chooses to move on. Do not call her an adulterous woman because she decided to marry and start a family. This is what a lot of Nigerian women go through. And we are saying at this time, we are saying no to it. Because we have another young one that filed for divorce 2 years ago. and is still in court. So how long is that going to take? Is that going to take another 12 years? Please share this video. Share this video. Help a sister out. These women, I don't know them, but I don't want the girl child to continue to suffer what our parents suffer. I don't want the girl child to continue to suffer what these two women are suffering at this time. The men have moved on. They moved on long time ago, but you do not want the women to move on. Please share this video. Share and like. Thank you for joining me. I really appreciate every one of you that joined me on this live broadcast. My name again is Patience, and my channel is Patience Vlogs. If you know you have not started following me, please hit that subscribe button and follow my channel. And turn on that notification bell that each time I turn on that, each time I post any video, whether it's live broadcast or I just post any video, you'll be notified. Because I have a lot of teachings on this channel. I have a lot of celebrity gist. We call it gossip, you know. But the majority of what I bring on to this channel are truth, are live. They are true life stories. What happens to you, to human beings. 99.9 of what I bring onto my channel is 99.9. Please share, like, subscribe. I thank you all for joining me. I really appreciate you, and may God bless you. Have a wonderful week ahead. Bye-bye.